The holidays are right around the corner, and if you know somebody that's interested in 3D printing or struggle with 3D printing and just wants a tried and true printer, join me inside today as we talk about just that. Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video is about getting started with 3D printing and finding the right printer for you. Now, this video is specifically about filament printing. I'm going to do a separate one on resin, so stay tuned for that in another week or so. But today is just about filament printing, and this is 2021 holiday season's coming up, and over the past few years you've heard me talk about the Ender 3 as being a great starter printer, and it is that. It is a good starter printer, but I found one that's just even better, that you can get this printer. Sometimes depending on the sale, it does cost a little bit more than an Ender 3, but you get a ton with this printer, and it's important to keep that in mind as you look at your printers, what you're buying and what it's going to take. So this printer, I talked about it earlier this year. It's called the Focus Odin 5 F3, and I'm going to bring it out here in a little bit and show it to you guys. But let's be honest, you can have this printer set up and ready to print in 20 minutes. And it has a lot of neat features that are really important to a 3D printing because one, 3D printers take up space. Well, this one's really cool. Undo 4 bolts and it folds up and you can put it away, which blows my mind that I can do that. But it's also one of those things, it's the setup. An Ender 3 will take me an hour to an hour and a half to assemble and put together and get ready to print. The Odin 5, you can be done in 20 minutes. 4 bolts, push some cables into their clips, level your bed, you're ready to rock and roll. And this printer, I'll tell you, I have thrown TPU, PLA, ABS, PETG. This printer just sits there and goes, give it to me, I'm gonna print. And it will, I have yet to clog this thing in 6 months, which is surprising to me, that I haven't been able to clog it. All my Creality printers I clog probably every other month. I'm having to deal with a clog in one of the machines, which, yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's not hard to deal with, but it's still an inconvenience because it ruins the print. This Odin 5, it just sits there and goes, feed me. Just feed me. And it's a really great beginner starter printer. And that's why I want to make sure I get this out in front of you here today, because if you're going to get started with 3D printing, this is the one to start with. Yeah, it's not a big CR10 V2 where you can print a helmet in one piece, but it's a good size printer. You can do a lot of cool prints, and it's a great learning platform, because unlike the Ender 3, you're not going to have that discouragement that I often found with it, with just some weird mechanical issue or calibration. This thing does a lot of it itself. Plus, getting that direct drive extruder, which opens up more than the base 3 filaments for you, is a really awesome thing. Because this printer can handle just about anything that's filament driven because of that direct drive extruder. So it has a lot of great advantages. I love that it can fold. The bed leveling is easy. The user interface, a little intuitive, but once you figure it out, it's really easy. I love the automated loading and unloading of filament. It has a lot of things that I love about it. So let's get the printer in here and let's talk about it. Okay guys, so here's the printer. It's a little loud. Mine's been getting used pretty heavy, probably one of those things, but it's just the blower getting everything ready. So Got your extruder, direct drive, filament feeds directly into it. There's no extra extruder that you're going through. Glass bed comes with it. Really a great thing. A lot of the Ender 3 Pros and Ender 3 V2s come with it, but the actual Ender 3 comes with the mat. And I personally like glass beds. That's just me. Color display, touchscreen display. Unlike the other printers where you got to do the spinning knob and push the button, this one is completely, I don't have any files in here, completely touchscreen. And actually I'm going to offload my filament because I didn't do that, so it's going to heat up and get ready to offload, where it will push this back out of the machine. I love the ribbon cable versus just wires. This has worked really well for me, and I love that in the box they sent me spare sets. So a lot of Creality stuff, you don't get a lot of spares. So the Focus is definitely beating that. There's 4 bolts right here at the base. So what you do is you raise your extruder all the way to the top, undo these 4 bolts, and you fold it down, and it folds up for convenient storage, which is a great thing, especially if you're not going to be someone who's printing all the time and stuff like that, but definitely have a need for it. That can be a great thing to have, to fold it up, put it away, bring it back out, re-level your bed, and you're ready to go. The other thing that was critical to me was the Z-rods. Dual Z-rods on the printer, standard. So Creality, the Ender 3 or Ender 3 V2, only has 1 on this side. This other side over here, they're balanced. It helps keep this gantry level. A lot easier to level the printer, a lot better that you get better prints. As long as something doesn't get out of alignment, you're in good shape. It's gonna move up and down nice and smooth, and this printer has moved smooth. And one of the things, like I said, I have a 98% print completion with this printer. The 2%, I ran out of filament. My only complaint about this printer is there is no filament stop sensor. And that would be pretty difficult to do because it is a direct drive. It would have to be mounted right here, which then raises the height of the printer. There is an arm that comes standard on here that goes on the gantry that holds the filament. My shop, I use something a little different, so I don't have that on this printer, but it usually would be held right here so it can feed straight down. And we're done heating up, so I'm going to hit confirm, and this filament is going to unload. And boom, there it is. We're out, and it's just a reverse of the process to put new filament into the machine. So really easy load, really easy offset, really convenient for a beginner. It comes some really awesome starting files. Mr. Elephant here was preloaded for testing. Of course, every printer comes with Benchy, and of course, for all the kids, Pikachu is a file preloaded on the machine, ready for you to test with and to print. So it comes with a lot of good samples. It comes with preloaded replacement parts as well for the fans in this area. If you need to replace one of these covers, it comes with the files already on the machine. It comes with the software. It comes with their form of Cura, which I just took Cura. If you check out my last video, you'll see I take the settings and I put it into my standard Cura 4.10 so that I can slice it with the same place I slice all my stuff. And then just hit confirm, and we're back to a color display. So all in all, very simple, very clean printer. Direct drive opens up a lot more options for filament. The dual Z-rod, that is a great move right here. The CR10 V2s have it, and the V3s. Creality started doing this, but they've not done it on their Ender printers, and a lot of time I found that sag on that one side causing problems with my prints. Don't have that problem here. This printer, like I said, I have had great success with this printer. I'm actually really surprised how much success I've had with it, and it has become my go-to for a lot of my small projects because I know this printer will get it done. That and the ability to use the extra filaments. The TPU is just fun to work with if you want to make rubber ducks or, you know, flexible molds, different things like that. And this guy can just spit it out. It's really kind of a fantastic printer. I'm really happy with it. I really do recommend this, especially if you're a beginner. The Ender 3, while it might be a little bit cheaper, if you watch this thing on Amazon, the Amazon sales work. I've seen this thing as low as $150. Which is really surprising because its retail price is $359, but a lot of times there are coupons if you're on Amazon that you can click, and a link to that is down in the description below to find this printer out there. There are coupons to click to knock pretty good amount of stuff off. And with the holiday season, Cyber Monday, Black Friday coming, I'm pretty sure you'll see this printer on sale. But all in all, beginner printer, or just you need a tried and true device and looking for that direct drive extruder and don't want to spend $500 some odd, take a look at this printer. It's definitely worth your time. So thank you guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new here, join the channel. Share the video if you know somebody that's getting interested in 3D printing and looking for their first printer or looking for an additional printer. This is definitely one to recommend to them. So I thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.